Look at this. These are some of the incredibly helpful tools that have helped me maintain somewhat of a clean and decluttered space. It's practical things that makes cleaning easier for me, but there are also mindsets and habits that I'll touch on in a bit, so stick around for those. Let me introduce you to the single best item that has helped us maintain a level of order in our home. This is an affordable plastic option. You could buy something prettier if aesthetic is what you're after, but we must have over 150 of these in our home. Everything from the pantry to how we transport bottles up and down stairs, to storing lids, shampoos and soaps, socks and baby clothes. If you don't have time to organize, you can at least have a home for something that you can organize at a later stage. Again, this has been the single most useful thing we've spent money on. Now, if your keys are a mess and you want to invest in something a little prettier, these are some good ideas. Keep your keys in one place, your sunnies or spare glasses in another. You can have quick-to-reach baby toys or dummies in the other if you need to head off somewhere in a rush. Talking about homes for things, get a home for your multi-purpose cloths. If you don't have multi-purpose cloths, get those. If there's a spill or a little grease left on a counter, you want this within reach. Storing this near the tap is a good idea, as you can rinse off your cloth after you use it and let it dry over the tap. Another thing to keep near your tap is a small watering can. This one was gifted to my son, and it makes for a shared activity of watering indoor plants, herbs and spices. Seeing that we're in the kitchen, having a dishcloth under your fresh produce is a great idea. It's a lot easier for lifting and cleaning. It absorbs any liquids that may be attached to what you're storing in there. On the topic of storage, if you or your kids have leftover snacks, I find it best to house these in Ziploc bags. It makes it easy to discard what was eaten and keep what's good for another day. In the same breath, it helps to have a space dedicated to snacks. Having order in this department is a mom's best kept secret. As a mom, I don't always know when and where I'm going to do my makeup. Sometimes it's on the move and sometimes it's in a different room. So I find that keeping all my makeup in a makeup bag to be helpful for not only transporting it around, but also for keeping things clean. I can tuck my makeup bag away in a cupboard or in a bag, and it's not cluttering a surface anyway. Now, these little guys are in most rooms. I keep one in the kids' room, the living room, and my office for a speed clean. This basket can get cluttered, but it's better having clutter in something pretty than all over your floor. Also, if you're like me, when you look in it next time you do a speed clean, it's also easy to get rid of stuff right away, or donate things that you know needs to go. In the same breath, I like to have a box for donations or a bag for donations that isn't hidden somewhere difficult to reach. It's easier to action decluttering if you know your items could find a happier home somewhere else, especially if your donation box is a few steps away. I do keep a bigger box for summer and winter outfits, and when there is a change in season, I like to quickly exchange outfits so that my wardrobe is easy to maintain for a new season. I pack most things away from the past season, including shoes and socks too. But having a closet that's minimal is a happy closet for me. At this point, it's easy for me to let go of items I haven't worn, and a telling sign for me is if the hanger is the wrong way. So when you're hanging in items for the new season, face all the hangers to point you. And then when you add clothes back to your closet after you've worn them, pop them in the other way. At the end of the season, you'll see what you did and didn't wear. If you're in a space where you have to do a massive declutter, then watch my closet declutter video. That first haul, that's always the tough one, but after that, things get easier to manage, for me at least. One final thing here, have hangers that are the same color. It's purely aesthetic, but things just look neater this way. I also find it helpful to stick vouchers inside my cupboard. There was a time that these were scattered all over the place, but when I can see them, I think of when I'd like to use them. There's a little mental trick that I like to do to help me action cleaning and decluttering, and I'll touch on that in a second. But just another quick tip for moms who have toddlers who insist on feeding themselves. There was a time that we had food all over our floor every night. Now I dish up in 2 separate plates. I'll dish up a few bites for my son on his plate, and then have more of his food on another plate. He then goes about eating what's on his plate and says more when he wants more. Even if for some reason the food fell off his plate, it would be far more manageable to clean than if an entire meal fell. Okay, now onto the mindset that has helped me implement the habit of using these cleaning ideas or tools. And that is the power of one. I try to say to myself when I leave a room, what is one thing that I can tidy up here? Or at the end of the day when I'm quite tired, I'll walk into the kitchen and say, okay, I've got 1 minute. What am I going to clean? Or if the boys and my husband are outside and I'm cooking without them, I'll ask myself, what is one podcast episode I'd like to listen to now? This small entry point of 1 has helped me spend more time decluttering and cleaning than I originally set out to do. I never feel like cleaning, but I'm always so much happier after I've spent some time neatening up my space. There are way more tips that I could have shared today, so let me know if you'd like a part 2 of this video. And if you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you very much. And also consider subscribing if you'd like to join me and my community as we continue with this challenge of trying to figure out our lives before the new year. So I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Take care. Bye.